to muster up memories of past championship encounters between the two. A different circumstance then, but a familiar challenge. The commentary is by Darragh Maloney.
Cavan had 2 vacancies to fill in their 15, with Barry McCrudden now over his dead leg and fit enough to play in midfield. Mickey Graham fills the other vacancy. He'll wear 18 today. Finbar O'Reilly is their top scorer in the championship with 9 points. Derry also had a vacancy in their forward line. That's been filled by Paul McFlynn, who was very doubtful for this match today. They've had problems in their half-forward line all year. Only Johnny McBride has managed to score in the championship, but that full forward line has 229 between them. Galway referee Michael Curley gets this All-Ireland qualifier underway. The 4th meeting of these sides in the last 2 years. Derry have won 2, there's been a draw, and those 2 victories have been by huge margins. Straight away, Mickey Graham has gone into the corner for Cavan as they concede a free. Anthony Tohill standing over it. Larry Riley now out at right half forward. Gary Coleman has gone with them, so Fergal Crossan, the new Derry centre half back. But Derry, with other thoughts on their minds, Anthony Tohill has scored 5 points in the championship to date. This will give Derry a great start after some 40 seconds. Straightforward kick for Anthony Tohill. No mistakes from there. Good point. Derry off the mark, leading after barely a minute of play. Derry's defence at times has been quite porous. 3 goals conceded against Tyrone earlier on in the championship. Here's Tohill, powerful running, and they've fouled him. Anthony Ford going in over the top. Derry take it quickly, and they really do look very lively indeed. Johnny McBride, that's a great point from Johnny McBride. Sent off, you'll remember, against Antrim, only his 3rd point of the championship. Fabulous score. McCabe in acres of space. Full forward line have hardly seen the ball, and that beats everybody but not Owen McCluskey. Sean Marty Lockhart. Kieran McNally. Harry Riley made the challenge. It's Fergal Crossan. Kieran McNally from Balahi. Derry seemed to play that in slow motion. Here's Enda Muldoon. Now it quicks up. Here's Dermot Dugan. Dugan needs some space. They found a big hole. Gary Coleman very composed in front of the post. Coleman's first point of this All-Ireland qualifier. And Derry very firmly in control. 3 points to no score after 9 minutes. Again, a much better kick out from Aaron Donoghue, but the result, Anthony Tohill so commanding in the air. Cavan unable to get any sort of a foothold around the middle. Kieran McNally, Derry half-back line playing well. Patrick Bradley. Bradley has space. Michael Bryde's never close enough to him. Enda Muldoon. The Derry movement causing Cavan all sorts of problems. And that's Paul McFlynn, and that's a wonderful score. Cavan in real trouble here, and they'll have to do something pretty quickly. Derry tearing them apart. Well, tiredness shouldn't be a problem from a Cavan point of view. They had 2 weeks to get over their Ulster final defeat. Derry have had a pretty busy schedule, but they look so fresh. Here's Gavin Diamond. Diamond has Bradley inside. Will he take the point? Yes, the sensible option from Gavin Diamond. 4 of the Derry forwards have now scored, and that was a nice point from Gavin Diamond, his 11th in the championship. And he could have gone for a goal there, but sensible thing at this early stage to take the point. Cavan do about this? Every kick out from Aaron Donoghue has been sent straight back in, apart from this one. Barry McCrudden, even a point for them at this stage is would do. Jason Riley unable to get to it, and it's gone wide. Well, after 16 minutes, I think that may be the first time Owen McCluskey has kicked the ball out. Cavan have hardly been in the Derry half. Dermot McCabe, this could give the team a big lift. That's a great score from Dermot McCabe. Well, they badly needed that. Very important timing for Cavan, finally off the mark after 17 minutes. And really it didn't look on when he got possession of the ball, but he swung that left boot and it's sailed over. Kieran McNally to Johnny McBride. Good half-forward play, linking up rather with his half-back line, but they've lost it. Larry Riley. Barry McCrudden. Jason Riley, look how deep he's had to come to get the ball. Cavan needs something, and here's Anthony Ford. Chance of a goal. Oh, great goal from Anthony Ford. Out of nothing. For once the Derry defence went asleep, and that's brought them right back into this game. Derry still lead, but Cavan getting closer. Now look at Paul McFlynn. He's switched wings with Johnny McBride. Patrick Bradley. Derry still working the ball. Gavin Diamond, and they found a space. Paul McFlynn. Will his switch to this side have worked? Well, that's gone over the bar. A number of the Cavan players thought it just drifted to the left and wide at the very last minute. That's his second point of the game, Paul McFlynn. And that point coming at a very important time for Derry. The next score after Anthony Ford's goal, that was. And now it's up to Cavan to respond. McCabe belts it in again. That's towards Jason Riley. Hasn't got a lot of possession today. Here's Mickey Graham. Graham has plenty of support to his left, but decides to go himself. Needs more help. Finally gets it. Finbar O'Reilly going round the corner. And that looks good from Finbar O'Reilly. It's a lovely point. Brings them to within 2. And they put back-to-back scores together. Not if Fergal Doherty catches ball like that. Tohill is free. Gets away from Barry McCrudden. McCrudden now making the challenge. Tohill still going, so powerful. Oh, that's a brilliant score. One of the points of the match so far from Anthony Tohill. Well, the second half underway. A very significant change on the Derry 15. Sean Marty Lockhart has had to retire injured. He's been replaced by Dermot Heaney, so Derry have had to rejig things. Heaney on operating at centre half forward. Here's Anthony Tohill charging through. Barry McCrudden. Tohill with a chance of a goal. Oh, wonderful goal by Anthony Tohill. That's a fabulous score, and what a start to the second half for Derry after 20 seconds, and they are cruising now. Well, this was a brilliant score from Anthony Tohill. Cavan, well, whether they were caught cold, I don't know, but Barry McCrudden never got close enough. Aaron Donoghue tried to get out to narrow the angle, but great skill from Anthony Tohill. Derry off to a flyer in this second half. McCabe and Tohill neither able to claim. Fergal Doherty first to the breakdown. Dermot Dugan. Enda Muldoon. Again, Thomas Pryor behind him. Muldoon has been out in front nearly all the time today. Patrick Bradley. And a bad miss in the first half. Enda Muldoon floats it in. Attacker's ball, and that's a lovely point. Dermot Heaney in the right place at the right time. That was a clever ball in. And Heaney, well, he doesn't look the fittest player in the world, but effective from that distance out. Kevin McCloy with the boot forward. Jerry Sheridan. Position's not meaning an awful lot. That ball taken in the middle by the right corner back. Mickey Graham with the layoff. Here comes Anthony Ford again. Ford taken down. Fergal crossing, claiming he got the ball. But it's another free in a very scoreable position for Cavan. Peter Riley has scored 1 already in this second half. Will make that 2 now. Never really going to miss from there, the Cavan captain. They're just 5 points behind. We've been playing for 10 minutes of this second half. McCluskey with a poor kick out comes straight to Larry Riley. Riley fouled. Dermot McCabe made a great run through the middle. Riley goes the aerial route towards Mickey Graham. Now Jason Riley hasn't really got a sight on goal today, and they've brought another free out of the Derry defence. Derry not too happy with the decision, but it was definitely a free, and this time it will be Finbar O'Reilly to kick it. Well, if this goes over, Clonus will erupt, and it has. Now just a 4-point game. Finbar O'Reilly holding his nerve in front of the post. Game on. Lots of space around the middle for McNally. Time to pick a spot, and he's picked out Enda Muldoon. Lovely layoff to Johnny McBride. Big chance of a score here. They've got a free instead. And that's what they wanted from that position. McBride did well coming into that space. Just brought down definite free. Well, Anthony Tohill has been pretty flawless in front of goal this afternoon. And he's continued that form. Now a goal and 4 in the game for Anthony Tohill, and Cavan, just when they were getting close, Derry have pulled away again. Johnny McBride plucking that one out of the air under close attention from Edward Jackson, and McBride fouled. Both teams have played well in spurts, and here goes Patrick Bradley. Oh, that's a fine score from Bradley. Had a poor first half. Lovely point, and now there's 7 between the teams in Clonus. Derry on a roll again. Well, this well worth taking another look at from Patrick Bradley. As I say, a quiet first half, couple of disappointing misses. Hardly even looked at the post, slotted it over. Great point. John Tierney, wearing 12, didn't start the game. He's just come on as a substitute in the last few minutes. Here's Paul McFlynn. He's lasted the pace very well despite the doubts about his fitness. And he can kick points as well. That's his 3rd. Excellent point from Paul McFlynn, and Derry surely now cruising towards the last 8 of the All-Ireland Championship. Dermot Heaney to Johnny McBride. McBride powering through, has some support, lots of it there. Dermot Heaney. Now Gavin Diamond. Will they get a goal? Patrick Bradley. Oh dear. That is one of the misses of the championship. Seemed to have too much time. There were 2 players free outside him. And Patrick Bradley just snapped at that. Great chance of a goal. Perhaps he should have passed it back inside. It goes down as another wide. 10 now for Derry. Larry Riley. Is this to be the end of Cavan's championship adventure? Their chances of getting into the quarter-finals of the All-Ireland looking fairly slim at the moment. Larry Riley again pumps it towards Dermot McCabe. McCabe has it, has some support. There's a chance for Cavan. Oh, well, that was a brilliant block. What a fantastic bit of skill, denying Peter Riley. Well, this had goal written all over it. McCabe did the hard part, finally got possession, laid it out to Riley, and that is absolutely brilliant. Finbar Riley with the 45. Can't get the point, and it's gone in. It's a goal from Peter Riley. Well, is there hope for Cavan? They've got about 3.5 minutes to drag themselves back into this game. And that was a lovely goal from Peter Riley. Anthony Tohill for once let the ball slip out of his hands, and Riley, what about that for quick reactions? Goal for Cavan. Still hope for them. Gareth Doherty. Nice play, Paul McFlynn. McFlynn to Gavin Diamond. Larry Riley coming in again. Another big shoulder. Diamond stands his ground, and he's away from the Cavan attacker. About 20 seconds to go. Derry on their way into the All-Ireland quarter-finals. And there is the full-time whistle, perhaps 10 seconds early from the Galway referee, Michael Curley. But you have to say, a very deserved victory for Derry. Cavan did play well in patches, but they never really recovered from their performance in the first 15 minutes. Derry through to the last 8. They've beaten Cavan by 114 to 2 goals and 7.
Cavan played very well against Tyrone, and we knew that we had to get on top of them early in the game. We know how hard it is to come back, you know, playing your first game after being knocked out of the championship. And I think we got maybe 6 points against the Breeze to start with, and it gave us a great cushion. And I suppose only for my gift at the end, I think we probably would have ran it a wee bit more comfortable.
We have a problem with getting out of the blocks at the start of both halves, you know, and we've been trying to conscious of that, like, and you wouldn't think that we, you know, were conscious of it today. Like, I mean, the goal straight after half-time, Anthony Tohill, like, and you know, he's a fabulous player, and it was a great goal.
I think the Cavan boss got his G'd up during the week, telling us that the nine of this team we hadn't played against nine of this team in the championship, but I think we played against them at Ballinascreen in the league earlier on, but Derry played well, and we were on top all over the pitch first 25 minutes. Started to fizzle out after that, actually.
Well, Joe Brolly was saying recently that when the Sunday game stays away from Derry, they're more likely to win. Well, we certainly booked that trend for you today. Cameras were there.
An Ulster final.